Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be joining in on a replay from myself partway into a match. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, this has not been an exceptionally good game for me. And I am currently stuck in an AA as I catch this DF-105 who is attempting to sneak around and start spawn camping. Luckily, a couple shots from my gun are enough to send him scurrying away. So no spawn camping for you today, good sir. And, well, you may be asking yourself, why on earth would you be showing us this replay cone? Clearly, you haven't accomplished very much. You're stuck in an AA. The match is half over. The enemy team looks to be about to win. What's the point of this replay? And honestly, that's a very good question because there isn't really a whole heck of a lot that's happened so far. This game is probably a throwaway. Most people would say, just, die, leave the match. Game's over. Fair enough. I can't really fault you for that because if I hadn't been able to spawn again as my radar AA, I probably would have done the same. Honestly, if I hadn't been in a squad, I probably would have just left. But just because a game looks like it's lost doesn't necessarily mean you will lose, because as you may know from if you watch the Mighty Jingles videos or any other replay channel, there are so many cases of an enemy team just desperately clawing their way to defeat when they have such an easy victory in front of them. And as you can see, our team has managed to actually wipe out everything from around the A point, and we are now capturing, as I'm just kind of lurking around, hoping that a plane will make itself visible. And I think I do eventually get one. But the only reason I'm showing you this is not to be like, oh look, you shouldn't ever give up because sometimes your team may win. No. Stay tuned until the end because there's some really funny stuff that happens. And if it hadn't happened, this would have just been another throwaway game that would have gone into the bin, and probably I never would have even thought of that again. You may ask why I'm shooting here. It's because although you can see markers, because this is a replay file, Gaijin likes to make it so that you can either turn on all markers or turn them all off. So either we see friend and foe, or we see absolutely no one. And just for the sake of your viewing pleasure, and to make it a little bit easier for me doing the commentary, I feel that the markers make more sense. But that's a long way of saying I couldn't actually tell that that plane was dead at that point, so I was kind of shooting at it, hoping that I could either assist with the kill, steal the kill, or just make sure the guy died, but he was in fact already dead. So now I'm pushing up, and I catch a glimpse of that DF-105 shooting from behind a building, and I want that guy because I want him to be dead, and I don't like DF-105s. They are very annoying. So I'm setting up here, hoping that I don't get sniped from across the map, but with the setup that we have here, most of everybody's going to be up in the upper right corner of the map, so not really a huge concern. I'm doing a squad marker there, just letting my squad mates know where that DF-105 is, trying to do what I can to help, as there isn't really a heck of a lot else I can do. And just kind of waiting, hoping that DF-105 is going to move, and as you can tell by the marker, he is in fact moving, but of course, I can't tell until I see him move from behind the building, and I'm able to catch him as he gets immobilized, and I'm able to get the kill on his ammo. DF-105 doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of armor, so the 23mm AP is more than enough to go through that thing. Now I'm just kind of waiting because finally, planes have arrived. The biggest annoyance in playing radar AAs is that no planes ever spawn, or if they do, you always have air superiority so they don't get near you. Drives me nuts. Oh, just play AA and then CAS won't be that bad. Plays AA, sits around with thumb in ass entire match inside of the spawn, just hoping planes arrive. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. So I'm able to damage his HE-219, missed all the shots in the 262, just kind of waiting for him to come back into radar range. Anybody with experience with the radar will know that it loves to lock onto either friendlies or planes that are 4 times the distance away as a plane flying straight towards you. So, it is what it is. I am actually able to get the kill on that HE-219. I think he finally burns down. And I think I score a hit on this 262 as he passes overhead. I think I'm leading a little bit behind, so my shots are all missing. And I think I can't tell from the screen I'm watching this on right now, but I believe I get a hit that doesn't do anything to the 262, but it's a critical hit, so I must have done something severe, like damage a gear leg, or maybe even hit a radiator. I'll bet you he's hoping that he can make it back to base after such a significant 23mm hit. But thankfully, Zucker is able to come in with his Spitfire and finish off the 262. We'll actually be watching a little bit of footage from Zucker later. As I said, the end of this battle gets very entertaining. But now we are in the awkward situation of being a Soviet AA which has in fact shot at planes. And by that I mean we are out of ammo. So the only thing that we have left to do really is attempt to get to the point to get more ammo, because in Gaijin's Infinite Wisdom they don't have any sort of method for you to replenish ammo back at your spawn. Would be a very nice feature for them to add, especially for AAs like this. I understand the idea that, you know, moving up to a point, and if you've already been locked back to your spawn, maybe the match is over. But there are so many AAs in the game that have so little ammo that I really feel like they need some sort of buff. Either give them more ammo, or at least give them another place to replenish the ammo. But that's just a little bit of a tangent there. So we're down to 4 shots, and I'm hoping that I can just slither into the A point as we finally cap it. I'm kind of creeping up here because I don't want to just blindly drive in there and get caught. I think that S-Tank may be over there, or I think he already died. But I'm actually not aware of this weasel here because, like I said, I can't see those markers. So thankfully I take a little bit of extra time here and just sit and wait before starting to crawl my way over to A. I'm sort of giving my team time to clear out and hoping that there's nobody here waiting to grab me as soon as I come around the corner. This weasel and I somehow managed to just miss each other as we're going around the rock. I don't even think I really knew he was there at this point. He just kind of skitters away as I'm distracted by my squad mate telling me, hey, there's some planes coming in, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll give you an assist with my 4 shots left, don't worry, I'll get him. And of course, I completely missed. I may have actually clipped him with 1 shot, but I'm pretty sure they were just misses. But now we are completely out of ammo, and of course then I spot a weasel. You know, those 4 shots probably would have killed him, so I was kind of kicking myself a little bit. But you know what they say, if out of ammo, become the ammo. And I figure, hey, I'm dead already, I might as well try to annoy this guy. And he somehow doesn't notice me until I'm like literally on top of him. So now we start doing the dance of death here. And I think this weasel, for some reason, only had HE belts loaded, and you'll know why in a moment. I think it seems like here he's reloading as I'm trying to start pushing him to crush him to death. And none of his shots are doing any significant damage to me, which is really strange because I checked, and this tank only has like 20mm of armor at the thickest. I think it's even less than that. So the fact that I was able to survive is hilarious as I crush him to death with the sheer weight of my vehicle. I was laughing pretty hard at this point because it's so entertaining to get a kill like that. Now I'm going to start advancing my way again towards the point, trying to flank back towards our spawn to assist. But we're going to cut away to my squad mate Zucker as he takes out the one, the only, the amazing 8-shot Italian tank destroyer. What is this? The Semavante 9053, I believe is the name of this thing. I love this little machine. But Zucker's been having a much better game than I have, and he moves up here. He doesn't have a lot of high-tier stuff for Italy. In fact, all he has is the Obel, so he has actually been doing quite well despite that. But 9053 against missiles, not too good. But he did take out the Martyr that was killing me, or about to kill me, so I'm able to get onto the cap after doing some repairs, and we're going to catch myself back over there as I'm just about getting my next belt of 23 millimeters. Sorry about that. So yeah, we're just going to sit here, surprisingly not die to this SPA artillery fire, and replenish the ammo. But don't worry, we'll be catching back up with Zucker in a moment. it is pretty funny that he was able to get the kill on the Martyr with the 9053, but no, don't worry. He had a backup, and he's going to be doing much more than that. Here, I have finally finished reloading, and now I'm just kind of scanning the skies, just sitting on the A point, kind of waiting. There's not really a whole heck of a lot I can do in this thing. The Martyrs have all died, thankfully, and I'm just sort of chilling out here, making sure nobody can get on the cap and start to decap us. Although, I will get one more kill before this match is over. You can see I start to move up, have a sudden brown alert moment as I notice, oh crap, Chieftain Marksman there. And that is about the last I will do for this match. But if you remember at the start, I had done nothing, and I've now got myself up to 4 kills in just this SPA vehicle. So keep in mind, just because you start off doing bad does not necessarily mean that the whole match is going to be bad. And now we catch up with Zocker as he gets into position and has both a BMP and a Martyr run across in front of him. The BMP enables its cloaking device for a moment there. I think that was just because it wasn't in direct line of sight or rendered in for me, so in the replay it disappeared. But I'm going to go with it had a cloaking device. It makes a lot more sense for War Thunder. And Zocker moves up just as a Centurion decides to roll out right in front of him, securing him an ace, as well as 2 plane kills, although technically it's not an ace since it was in different vehicles. But nonetheless, 2 kills in the Semvente, well actually 3 kills, at a 7.7 BR is hilarious. But yeah, that's about all I had for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I thought that this was a fairly entertaining replay, and I hope that you did as well. I have another replay that I will be recording today while I have no internet, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that as well. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video.